Time and time again. Time and time again. I guess it's that time again. Um, been an interesting couple of weeks to say the absolute least. Um, it is Sunday. It is fun day, or should I say, not so fun day. But it is game day. Uh, well, it's here, y'all. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it is officially game day for the Atlanta Falcons, and will man Mike be watching that? So freaking lootly. Um, pretty good weekend for the most part. Interesting weekend for the most part. Some dogs look dog ish. Um, a pretty easy opponent. And Charlotte, like one of those games to warm up. They're getting ready for the playoffs. Obviously, they're getting ready for Georgia Tech. You know, Georgia Tech did not look so hot. I don't know. That damn defense looks absolute like horse crap. um, it was pretty bad. But nonetheless, good weekend for Tech fans, Georgia fans, Falcons fans. Hopefully we can get a win today. Definitely going to look different. Not having Mr. Penix out. He's not going to be out there. And yeah. So we got Drip in the place. Maurice Martin, what's going on? BP, what's going on, bro? Noah, what's going on? What's going on, my boy? Iron Mike, what's good? Whew. So trying to figure out where I want to go with this first. But I guess I'll just go what is just like this. Um oh man. If we lose against the Aints, it'll be both nail in the coffin and salt in the wound. Yeah. So I guess I'll start with this. All right. So the keys to victory for you, boy, man, Mike. I'm gonna rush through this. Um, Run the damn ball. I think it's obvious with the injury of Drake London. Drake London will be out with a knee injury, PCL with him. I don't think the Atlanta Falcons are gonna, try to throw him out there with this season being the way it is. And I don't want to say meaningless because every one of these games for a professional player and coach means something, and that even especially at this point where the questions of whether or not this Atlanta Falcons team is going to um, uh, they're going to remain intact as we know it and we see it today. Um, the Atlanta Falcons have to find a way to get comfortable. That's utilizing the play action game with Bijan Robinson, obviously Tyler Algier. Those guys got to get out to a fast start as the six man come on in here. It gets off to a fast start. The Falcons got to run the damn ball. The ball has to be the center of attention. The running the ball has to be the center. It has to be the focus. Like, I swear to God, you and your damn granddaddy has a real problem while I'm in the middle of something. Come knocking on my door, okay? Good God Almighty, Kickstarter, can you give your thoughts on the first one? This is what happens when you got a 6-year-old and a 99-year-old.
Well, since you so graciously asked the question, run the damn ball at this point in time needs to be law. I'm just gonna be honest. As we got a few of the inactives out, like you said, with Drake London being out, you at this point in time, if they're so miraculously looking to make something happen, you got to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's the identity. That's why all your playmakers out on offense right now is at the line of scrimmage. So run the damn ball.
They got to run the ball. Simple as that. I don't know. My thing is the way Bijan Robinson looked last week. You got to focus on him being the center of attention. Bijan looked like he ready. Like I said, I call it the serial killer look. Like, you can see all his expression on his face when he's trying to say, yeah, everything is all good. Everything is all cool. No, everything was not all cool with that dude. So you got to find a way to keep him. You got to find a way to keep him happy, which leads to the second and the play action and using Kyle Pitts because Drake London is not there. How you feel like the Falcons should, help utilize the play action, the types of routes, quarterback play, moving them around? Like, how you think the Falcons should utilize the play action game?
First of all, they just got to use a period. Which is very interesting. That is very interesting that as soon as Penix goes out, all of a sudden now play action is in his offense, which is interesting. And not only that, like I said, when we're talking about utilizing Kyle Pitts, you got to utilize them close to, once again, like I said, all your playmakers are close to the line of scrimmage. You got to use them close to the line of scrimmage right now. And what that will do is that's going to bring a lot of attention. That's where you may see a big game from a Darnell Mooney. This is where you may see a big – I can't believe I'm saying this. Where you may see you may see more than one catch from David Seals.
I can guarantee you it's going to be more than one catch from David Seals. Because I think that's the only reason why he in the game that he's even playing is because of his relationship with Kirk Cousins. Right. I'm being dead serious when I say that. There's no explanation why he should be starting or even receiving a heavy amount of snaps offensively. So not only just Kyle Pitts, man, but they just have to get into. I mean, I'm when I look at this Atlanta Falcons offense, I'm just seeing I don't see a lot of routes across the middle. They don't run a lot of slants. If it's not Drake London, they not running slants, which is really odd to me. Mm-hmm. But as soon as Kirk Cousins getting there, I mean, he throwing all these damn hospital balls. Damn near getting his ain't no dang near getting them killed. He getting Drake killed. He getting Mooney killed. So he has a tendency to do that, which is again another odd thing. He doesn't have the arm strength that Michael Penix has when it comes down to throwing them those slants.
So what you're saying is we have what we call the Calvin Ridley offense.
Yeah, like Oh my God, kid, why you have to say it like that? Good God, yeah,
but
we
but
avoid anything
but
across the middle.
but like I said, man, I know we call these keys, man. We just gonna call these the 3 hopes and dreams.
The
How
hopes
about
and
that?
dreams. That's it.
The 3 hopes and dreams.
Mm. And the last one is obviously defensively. They have to get take. They got to get takeovers. What I mean by takeovers, defensively, takeovers. That means they have to do whatever it takes defensively to take over the game. Period, point blank. Whether it's getting sacks, turnovers, third down, they have to take over because this is going against the Saints, and like I said, despite what each one of these records are, it's always a good game. So they have to make it clear, and because I think this is probably one, and no disrespect, but disrespect. I don't think anybody in the South cares about Carolina and the Bucks, especially the people like the South is all about the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Nobody cares. If we lose in embarrassing fashion, if we lose to them, period, it's not going to be good. So defensively, you got to do whatever it takes to take over this game. Period, point blank. If there's something specific that you are expecting to see or want to see out of this Falcon defense?
Yeah, cause I'm about to say, cause when I first read that one, I was like defensive takeovers. But then, like I said, cause I was, my mind was trained on takeaways. But when I saw the takeovers, yeah. The thing is right now, man, and we've seen it for the last 3 games, is the takeovers are going to have to come in the critical moments. That's the one thing that I'm looking for. Because we could, like I said, we will have spurts of great defense, but when it comes to those critical moments, when it comes to them critical time, that's where a lot of the fuck ups come in at. Like for example, let's go back to Indy. Get a game winning touchdown with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Special teams blunder. Defense couldn't stop nobody. Boom, overtime. And we've seen this quite a bit from the defense this year, despite a lot of the sacks and stuff that we've been getting. And that's pretty much has been the mindset of why this team has been underachieving this year. Is a lot of times those takeovers do not come in critical moments. Now they come in critical moments in the middle of the game, but when we're talking about when they really, really need them. Yeah, so they're gonna have to finish the game. Like I agree with you. Defense is gonna have to finish this game.
Yeah, like I said, it's. I mean, you have a rookie quarterback in Tyler Show. You can get after it. The Falcons have more than enough defensively to win this game. Just on that merit alone, they have that. We're gonna see a little bit of Kobe. Being that Mr. Billy Bowman is out. I don't know the severity of it, but knowing the Atlanta Falcons, they like to, in their terms, seek all. They like to see all advice before they come down with a confirmation as far as the injury is concerned. But Billy Bowman, Kobe, you're gonna see him. I think the offer is gonna be slap.
I think the offer might be out. I think, or it might be questionable. I don't know. If I read, because I know one thing I heard he was out, and another one said he was questionable. So I'm not completely sure on that.
Yeah, like I said, let me see if I can pull something up because I haven't seen anything. I did see this
Okay.
that Deshaun Watson is on the sideline with Shadua Sanders. I don't know how I feel about that, but that's a whole nother story. But Mr. Rub on your booty, rub on your booty. Yeah, it's on the sideline with Shadua Sanders. If I was Shadua, man, I'll stay closer to Jesus. Okay. I'll leave it like that. But let me get into this one before we get to the comments. Like I said, I don't like to be too long in the morning. Obviously, you got the regulator coming up, but this is an interesting story in itself. We finally got the confirmation from the Atlanta Falcons and Michael Penix and his injury. He said Raheem Morris acknowledged last week that Atlanta will have to make an alternative quarterback plans for 2026 with Michael Penix about to undergo surgery to have an ACL reconstructed. Penix is expected to undergo surgery this week in Los Angeles, and his recovery is expected to take about 9 months. Sources tell ESPN. If the 9-month period holds up, Penix potentially could be ready for the start of the 26th season, but there are no certainties, especially for players who have injured both ACLs. And then we have here, obviously with that, players recovering from ACL surgeries sometimes take longer to return. No one yet knows how Penix recovery will play out, but while they still have high hopes for Penix and are counting on him to return, the Falcons can't say he will be back and will have to address the quarterback position this offseason. So, the reason why I brought those up is because now we got to talk about the obvious. For me, I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's a no-brainer. I think you have to start looking at the quarterbacks. I'm shopping everybody, and the first thing I'm doing, if I'm the Atlanta Falcons, because of this, and a lot of people, a lot of people, I won't say disagree with me, but like I love Mike, but fuck this shit. Look, let me ask you something. When you go to a restaurant, do you want a piece of the chicken wing or you want the whole chicken wing?
Give me that whole goddamn chicken wing.
Yeah, you ain't trying. Look, don't take off nothing. Look, leave my chicken wings alone. Okay, you want all 12. You get a 12 piece, you get a whatever the hell type of piece you getting in. If you're getting 50, you want all 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want one with a broke leg. You don't want one with a missing wing, a drumstick. Look, you don't want nothing. You want every piece of it. And this is how I feel about Michael Penix. He got 2 broken wings right now.
2 broken wings.
I can fly.
You broken wings.
How the hell you do I?
Oh man, that shit just came out of nowhere, bro. I didn't even know you were going down that road. I just heard that part. But yeah, like you said, at this point in time, you can't really take any chances and waiting on that. The thing is where is it going to come from? Are you going to trust the free agencies, or are you going to trust you're going to find somebody in the mid rounds in the draft? Or are you just going to have a surefire quarterback plan in 2026 and just do away with it? Because like you said, being ready by the 2026 season with that not even being a guarantee, that puts a whole damper on a lot of things right there. And like you said, unfortunately, with this situation, like you said, this situation backfired twofold. So I'm on that will actually be something that me and Raheem would agree on. Yeah, you might have to start looking at a different quarterback plan for 2026.
Yeah,
in case of.
I think it's obvious that when he said that the Falcons have already started that process. That's an odd question for him, because Raheem typically, if you look at a lot of his pressers, he doesn't offer. If he doesn't want to talk about it, he said, "Hey, we haven't even started the process. We'll get that information to you." He always puts it off, but the fact that he's said that we have to start looking for alternative quarterback plans, I mean, that is clear that Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins may not be a part of our 2026 or even long-term plans. When I got a few people in here saying, go get Deshaun Watson. What say you, Mr. Styles?
Fuck no.
We got enough. Look.
I'll bring in Justin Fields before I bring in Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually one of those names that I even said, Kim. I'm bringing in Fields before I'm even touching Mr. Watson. Ain't no way in hell I'm getting that.
But like I said, it's also going to depend on whether Terry's still here.
Yeah. Yep.
Because that's the thing. Because like I said, because if Terry's still here, we may have some kind of idea where they want to go. But let's say, okay, Terry gets fired and they bring the next guy. Hell, the next guy may not. It may be somebody we may not even think about. They might want to bring in. They might try to make a play for Daniel Jones for all I know.
I mean, that could be the case. They've yet to offer him a long-term contract, because you know the Colts, they have and this is an NFL show. I want to make sure you guys know that, like, this is not just Falcons related. This is an NFL show. So y'all got some questions about NFL teams and NFL games, we'll throw that in there also. But it's I'll say this. When you got Daniel Jones, and then they have to figure out what's going to happen with Anthony Richardson, like, there's no guarantee he's going to be there also. So there's a number of options out there, man. I keep hearing people say Mac Jones, but like, Mac Jones is nothing more than Kirk Cousins in this offense. I continue to say this. What this Atlanta Falcons and what the NFL is looking forward to, is looking to build towards, is quarterbacks that can move. That's just the way it is now. If you can't move, if you can't scramble, if you can't make plays with your legs, a lot of NFL franchises don't want to be bothered with slow QBs. You got to have that ability. And I mean, we saw last night, it pissed me off watching Georgia Tech. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what the fuck are you doing, Tech? Why you just got Haynes King just standing in the pocket, not moving? Like, it's a disease with a lot of these.
Where you trying to prove how good of a quarterback your guy actually is, instead of letting him be who he's supposed to be.
Yeah, just he's an athletically gifted guy. That's who he is.
Yeah. So after that game, he went from a potential 4th round pick to a 6th round pick, and after that game.
Because you're trying to prove that he's a pocket passer. That man,
He's not a pocket passer.
He's not a pocket passer. He likes to move around and make plays with his legs, and let him be who he is.
I think Ski had asked about Jordan. However the hell you say his name.
Hold on.
Jordan Mariva.
Yeah.
USC quarterback. Like I said, I don't know too much about him. Like I said,
I haven't started on him.
Like I said, for me, I usually don't really get focused on those prospects and stuff like that until like mid-December anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So everything is always mid-December for us because I need a large number of games, and I'm talking about a lot of games that are recent games. I don't like to go back and look at too many old games. The newer games for us is something that I always focus on. So I have not seen a lot of him.
Right.
All right, we got T Lloyd with a $5 super chat. He said, "Have y'all noticed so-called player coaches have a lot of injuries associated with them? They do it. They do. God damn it, I cannot read.
They do what you like. Approach leads to poor body training.
Well, I don't think it's body training because I think every athlete they keep up with their bodies. I was actually talking to Kev and everybody about this yesterday, and it's the reason why guys get hurt, but it's the reason why players actually love the coaches. Players love coaches like Raheem and Dan Quinn because they don't have to do shit. This is why Julio Jones was so mad and angry when Arthur Smith became the head coach. He realized he was going to have to practice. And if you look at Raheem in his injury list, you see guys all the time. Limited. Did not practice. Rest day. And my thing is, what the fuck are you resting for? You ain't win. It used to be a privilege to get a rest, an off day. And our guys are just getting rested and they not even playing well. Like my foot gonna be in your ass if you don't play well. You don't get a rest day because what you're a professional and you're one of our best players. Like, no. If we get a win, everybody rests. The hell with that. And that's that stupid that right. That's one of the main reasons why we getting, and you see it with Dan Quinn also.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, and like you said, it's nothing wrong with being a coach that's relatable to players, but you have to have a balance. It's got to be a balance somewhere. Where
no balance.
Yeah.
There's no balance. And everybody just, like I said, the thing is with these coaches, and you seeing it with Dan Quinn, they just let these guys do what they want to do. Like, look at all the guys. Hamstring. These are soft tissue injuries. Pull groin, hamstring. That tell you got to stay. For one, there's no need. There, like, to be honest, maybe you get older. Guys like Leonard Floyd, who've been in the league for a while, you see a lot of these guys get injured. Well, they slow down with a hammy here. I mean, you see it with Mike Evans. Damn near every 5 weeks, he pulling a hamstring. You know what I'm saying? You see it all the time. But with younger players, we get this with younger players. There's no excuse for that. He got 25 years old, 23 years old. And they pulling hamstring more than an old veteran. So it's like for me, these guys need to be practicing. I seen Michael Jordan and all these guys, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant say he practiced for 2 hours every day, straight. Rest up, took a nap, ate, and get right back and practice again for another hour. But we got these guys in the NFL and the NBA talking about they loads managing. So practicing is not something that to be honest, it's not unless you got some other pre-existing issues that we don't know about. Practicing more shouldn't harm your body. It should keep you it should keep you should always stay active, to be honest. So I think that's the thing when you look at it. It's not so much, poor body training. I mean, you do with my sister being a personal trainer herself. A lot of these trainers do too much weightlifting, and I think that's another thing too that people they're preaching explosion, but they're not teaching how to take care of your cartilage, your joints. And that's why a lot of these players end up tearing ACLs and all that time. They're not working on their flexibility and stuff like that. So it can be bad body training, but a lot of explosion. You see these I'm sure everybody has seen, especially on Instagram, where you see these people with these those bands. They be having a band tied around their knee and all that type of stuff. It's like, yeah, that's cute and all, but did you do yoga? Did you do anything to help your joints, your muscles, stretch those things out? So it's a number of those things.
Yo, polymetrics.
Yes. So it's a number of things, and I see that a lot. And Bobby Means, what's going on, brother? Appreciate it. I just have a bad feeling the Ants are going to relieve of our artifacts. I hate saying that, but it's true. Anyway, I'm already looking
ahead towards the Braves baseball.
I mean, look, I don't hate saying it. I don't hate saying shit. Fuck all that positive shit. Ain't shit but to be positive about 3-7. Y'all kiss my ass. All right. This Falcon team is terrible. And it's nothing good about this organization except for a bright future. Okay? Let me say that. Ain't shit good about this organization right now. From top to bottom, ain't shit good except for a bright future. A hope for a bright future. A Bijan, a Drake, Chris Lindstrom, Matthew Bergeron. As a hope. Watts, Xavier Watts. Like, this is a hope. We in the phase of hoping. Ain't shit good right now. So we sit up here and don't feel like, don't let these punk ass, fuck ass creators, and I'm talking about Falcons, NFL, to tell y'all that y'all bad fans because y'all are quote unquote being negative. Tell them to suck your peckerwood. If you got one, whether it's big or small, tell them motherfucker to suck your fucking peckerwood, okay? With all that, you just being negative and we got to stand with the team. No, the fuck we don't got to stand with this bullshit.
We didn't hear that stand with the team shit before Raheem got here.
Hell no. Hell no, we didn't.
We didn't hear that before Raheem got here.
Hell no.
But like you said, what we're looking at right now, and I kind of want to get back to your point about the explosion and the injuries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like you said, man, a lot of people sleep on stuff like yoga and say they sleep on the little subtle things because, like you said, the main thing when you associate with football is bench press and weightlifting and stuff, which is good for you.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, if that's all you're doing, and then like you said, you're not doing all the other stuff, yeah, that's when you start tearing shit up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I know for myself, I'm about to get back into my polymetric shit myself, so
Absolutely.
we about to get back into that. But pretty much what we're looking at here with the Atlanta Falcons right now is what I've been saying all week, Mike. The sins of instant gratification,
Instant gratification, yes, indeed.
and that's what we're paying for those sins right now. I don't know why I made that shit sound like it's biblical and shit. But
that does sound like John, Mark, Luke. They wrote down.
What to say? K Styles 15-4. Thou shalt not commit sins of instant gratification.
The sins 15:24. Thou shalt not commit sins of instant gratification.
Because like I said, now we went from getting away from a situation back to the same situation, but now instead of being in the hole cat wise, we're in the hole as far as keeping the team together.
Mm-hmm. This is real.
Yeah, because like I said,
the players, Bijan Robinson, guys like Bijan Robinson have brands. He's a brand. He's not just a player. He's a brand. He got guys in Hollywood. He got endorsements and things of that nature. And it's got to be, if he's not winning, then he's hurting his brand. If he's not performing well, he's hurting his brand.
And he got them Hollywood friends too. So they telling his ass like, I don't know, you might want to consider get your ass out of there while you still can.
Yep.
But you got to think about it. You got so many 1-year deals. You got so many guys that are unrestricted free agents. Like I say, it's an ugly situation. And Earl here says, I'm just worried Arthur Blank will be stubborn to keep the culture. Why? Like I said, if it's the case, it's the case. Like I said, him being here has made a lot of people money for the wrong reasons, but it still made a lot of people money. If he's still here, everybody gets to make money hearing people bitch and complain about
It is what it is to me. To be like I said, I don't hang my head on a coaching change. Like you doing it as long as we've doing it. You learn how to disassociate or detach from a lot of the bullshit. Like I know how to take feelings out and do these shows and answer questions and be a fan at the same time.
Right.
So I'm not hanging my head on Raheem. I've already detached. Like last year, after last season, I detached. I told y'all my focus is not on players this year, and I've been saying this all year. My focus is not on the players; it's on the coaching staff. I don't care what happened to the players. I'm looking at the coaching staff.
See, when you reach into a Zen Buddhist state doing this stuff, where like I said, you can still be a fan, but you can still give takes out without being a fan. That's when you've reached the next level. Like I said, I could be watching a football game and I could still be mad and stuff about what the fuck happened. But when we on these lives, I can detach from that and just had a conversation about it. See that, like you said, that's when you reach the next level. I'm just saying.
I mean, I believe it or not, a lot of people don't believe us when we say it. Like we support them, but through that support, like look, Everybody has spiritual fathers in some way, shape, or fashion. And one thing, whether your father, your uncle, your big cousin, your big homie from the neighborhood, whoever the case may be, they're always gonna tell you what you don't want to hear. You don't want to hear certain things. And they can cuss your ass clean the fuck out. Hey, bro, like, what are you doing? You absolutely tripping right now. We need to have this conversation. What you doing right now ain't it. And they gonna put up a fight. They gonna cuss you out. They gonna say all types. They gonna say this. They gonna say that. And it don't mean it's you despise them or they hate you. You just call them on their bullshit. And they still gonna support you while they cuss you clean the fuck out. I'm positive that K Styles has been cussed out by his mama. I'm positive that his daddy, Big Styles, all right, Big Kill, has cussed him the fuck out. Does that mean that there's a lack of love? Absolutely not. Does that mean there's a lack of support? Absolutely not. It's just right now, Lil Kid might be on that bullshit. Or Lil Mike might be on that bullshit. And this is the same thing how we look at Raheem. I don't believe in him. Because he on that bullshit. You can see it. You're firing coaches and not explaining why. The wide receiver core has gotten worse after you've done that. You ultimately fired Ray McLeod, aka released him without any explanation. You got David Seals out here catching them what? That dude barely got 15 catches on the season. And I'm being generous when I'm saying 15.
Yeah, being real generous.
I'm being real generous.
He barely got 5.
He barely got 5 receptions, and you trying to convince me that he's the best option on this team. Man, please. So this supporting when people see the thing is when you say people say support, see only the people that are in denial like to say you're not supporting. What you're doing is you're becoming. I'm gonna say what we had said on the STS. A lot of people say that we are a cult, but you motherfuckers a cult because you lying to yourself. You know this on bitch that you following behind ain't worth a flying fuck. You just hoping that something good might come out of it. You're willingly ignoring all the warning signs.
Mm-hmm.
That right there is what people in cults do. They ignore the warning signs. It's right there in front of you. And you ignoring the warning signs because you just want to be a part of something. Fuck being a part of a goddamn a crew. I ain't got time for that shit.
Cults are people that look for a savior or representative. That makes them feel good. That's what a cult is.
A feel of togetherness to be a part of something.
Mm-hmm. But like you said, when it just comes to this Raheem thing, and I keep saying this time and time again, when the bad tendencies overshadow the good tendencies majority of the time, like I said, at this point in time, if you're ignoring those things, then like I said, you can't call nobody brainwashed but your damn self. Sorry. But not sorry at the same time.
Whoever had the idea of signing Kirk Cousins needs to be fired. I mean,
you got to think about it. Kirk Cousins literally got signed like a couple of days after Raheem got hired.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember that.
Mm-hmm. So as long as Raheem is here, chances are
Kirk Cousins
gonna be here. So I just y'all better be if you want a new quarterback. I'm telling you right now, you better you better pray that Raheem get fired, because if Raheem is here, Kirk Cousins gonna be here.
They will play up and re-sign Kirk Cousins and trade Michael Penix in the offseason if they could. I'm just saying.
You can just see how things have just come together. Well, you said last week when Kirk Cousins came into the game. That motherfucker running bootlegs and every damn thing. I'm like, hold on. This motherfucker ain't bootleg all year.
All year.
Kirk Cousins come in off the bench, bootlegging and running play action.
No. Remember. Single back.
Yeah.
Play action. Bunch formations.
All of that.
Out. Bootlegs.
We saw completely different. So, look, man, I'm telling you. They had it out. They had it in for Penix from the very beginning. Raheem had it in for Penix from the very beginning. They never wanted this offense to work. Why do you think Ike Hilliard was fired? Y'all think he was fired because the wide receivers weren't playing well? Well, they still not playing well. They never wanted Penix to work out. They absolutely sabotaged it. And they call it, said, we like to do, look, they like to mask it with things like this. Just listen to what they're saying. Well, we're gonna do a bunch of stuff that Kurt likes to do. What the fuck you mean, Kurt? They're wide receivers that can't run certain routes. They're better at running this route, and y'all don't do that. So it's not about doing what the players like. They have an idea what they want the offense to look like, and they don't care who and anybody that goes against that narrative, they getting rid of them. And that right there is like I said, I can't wait for this game, to be honest. I hate these bitches got this game at damn 4:00. But I can't wait for the game. I'm actually excited about this game.
I ain't got nothing more to say, man.
I ain't got nothing more to say. Like I said, we gonna kind of put it in, but I just a news update to close it out. Billy Bowman is getting a second opinion. The Falcons rookie believes that he tore his Achilles this week in practice, so he's seeking a second opinion about it. Oh, you'll see. Don't worry about that. You'll see why I'm excited. You will hear me halftime. All right, just stay tuned for the halftime show. Y'all do not want to miss our halftime shows. I'm just telling you that. But we're gonna end it, man. Like I said, this is just one of many. Y'all continue to support us. 6-Man K-Style, 6MK Live. Hit that subscribe button. Kev, you just hit 1,600, right?
Yep.
Just hit 1,600. Jews hit it to 3, I believe. Just continue to support us. What we do. Everybody part of the crew. And that's the bottom line. Because Mad Mike said so.
And if you don't like it, you can go and fuck yourself.
Peace, y'all.
I didn't expect to say that.
No, I see. All right, y'all. Peace.
All right, we are.
Put your eyes back in your head.
I got like flavor.
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.